Hey, my name is Allan Li. I'm a freelancer developer and founder of an app called SmartHash. So I started my journey as a developer in 2012, right after I graduated college. Before I graduated, I was already looking for work, and I made sure that I would get a job right after. So I actually got the job a few months actually before I graduated, and I had kind of fibbed about how much work I was going to be able to do in the coming months, because I still had finals and everything with school. So I pretty much told my boss at the time that I was going to be able to do like 20 or 30 hours per week working, and that kind of didn't happen, but just turned out that it was going to be perfect, because there was all this paperwork that needed to be done. So by the time I was actually doing some full hour work weeks, I had just finished school. So one of the first languages that I started using outside of the normal C++, Java stuff was Objective-C, and that was because in 2007, when the first iPhone came out, I was absolutely blown away. I was like, I have to start building these iOS apps, and I remember taking out a credit card so that I could buy my first MacBook. And then I started learning the Objective-C language, some of the iOS frameworks, and I still use those today, except I don't use Objective-C anymore. I'm strictly Swift, and I also really enjoy working with Rails, so big Ruby on Rails fan. I love that framework, and I love Ruby. The project that I'm actually most proud of is the one that I'm actually still currently working on, or still adding on features, which is SmartHash. It is an Instagram tool to help you find out which one of your hashtags are actually working on Instagram. And the reason that I'm most proud of it is because it really took all of these skills that I've learned over the years, iOS applications, Objective-C, Swift, Ruby on Rails, and AWS is all on the back end, and it all kind of came together. I have a mathematics degree as well as computer science, so using my math degree to figure out some of the regression analysis that was involved in the app to figure out which of your hashtags are actually performing, all of that kind of just came together in one app that I actually enjoy using myself, which I think is probably the major reason and why I'm really proud of it, is because it's one of the first kind of tools that I built for me. The reason that I wanted to create it was so that I could have a tool that would help me. So, and it's gone on to help a lot of other people, so I'm really proud of that. So my current full-time job is a couple of things. I do a lot of freelance developer work on Upwork.com, so that's a really cool website for you developers. You can find really great clients, and they've also got tools to help to make sure that you get paid, which is awesome. I also do, on top of that, I also do some freelancing outside of that. I still kind of work part-time for the old software company that I used to work for, so that's kind of a nice little cushion. And then I also own my own business creating iOS apps or my own Rails apps, and one of them is SmartHash. I have a few other apps on the App Store that are currently making money, and so all of those kind of combine to make my full-time work, and it's been great because all of them are available for me to work remotely. So kind of traveling at the same time, doing that, it's been really great. So the advice that I would give myself if I was starting as a developer all over again is to start doing client work earlier. When I was starting to get into becoming a developer, I really just wanted to work, on my own apps, try to make money on doing my own things, my own iOS applications, my own websites, and I quickly found out, and very painfully, that it's so much better and so much easier if you start doing client work, even if it's just on the side, because it helps you gain more. Not only does it help you gain more skills, it helps you earn all that extra income so that you could pour it back into some of your own projects. I can't, recommend doing your own client work. I can't recommend it enough. It really helps, learning the skills, becoming a better developer, and giving you that extra income to really pour more into your own projects. So there's a lot of great websites out there to help you gain some of that, your first couple of clients. Upwork.com is great. I know there's tons of others, freelancer.com. And one other thing that I would highly recommend if you do start doing client work is it may seem tough to get those first few clients, and it is because you're untested. People want to know that you've got a good background of work. So one of the ways that you can kind of start off, and this is how I did too when I was first doing freelance work, is to lowball the price. Say, hey, I'm willing to do your entire project for $100 or $200. It's kind of hard to say no to that, and so people give you that opportunity. And once you start gaining that trust, once you start getting that portfolio of work, then you could start, raising your prices. Obviously, you don't want to go too low, but I think that's a great way to get started.